Look, I need you to imagine something. It's 11 p.m. in January. The power just went out, your phone says it's 19 degrees outside, and the alert says power won't be back for at least 12 hours. The thermostat is dark. And that $4,000 generator you bought? It's sitting in the garage with an empty gas tank. If your stomach just dropped, you're not alone. Power outages have doubled since 2013. But staying warm has almost nothing to do with how much money you spend and everything to do with basic physics your grandfather understood. We've been conditioned to think preparedness is expensive gear when he survived winters in a house with newspaper-stuffed walls. Here's the truth about staying warm without power. It's about generating heat, trapping heat, and minimizing heat loss. That's it. But we obsess over generation, the generator, the propane heater, while our houses bleed heat like a sieve. A typical home loses 30,000 BTUs an hour in the cold. A single candle only produces about 250 BTUs. Your body? About 330. So a family of 4 in one room is a 1,300 BTU furnace just by existing. You don't need to heat your house. You need to heat one room and trap that heat. This is the grandfather principle: concentration and containment. Here's how you do it. First, choose your safe room, the smallest room that fits your family, ideally with no windows. A bedroom, a bathroom, even a big closet. Smaller volume means less air to heat. Second, seal every single gap. Rolled towels under doors, blankets thumbtacked over windows. Air leaks can account for 40% of heat loss. Plug them and you've made a massive difference. Third, and this is the game changer, create a tent within your room. Hang blankets from the ceiling to create an even smaller space. You've just reduced your heating volume by 70%. Your body heat alone will start to warm this tiny space. Okay, so your fort is built. Now let's generate a little more heat. Get a pack of tea lights and a simple terracotta flower pot. Place 4 or 5 lit tea lights on a metal tray and flip the pot upside down over them. The clay absorbs and radiates heat slowly and safely. That setup adds another 1,000 BTUs an hour for pennies. Combine that with your family's body heat inside your blanket tent, and you've created a microclimate that can stay 30 or 40 degrees warmer than the outside. To retain even more heat, tape bubble wrap to the inside of your windows, then cover them with blankets. You've just doubled their insulation value. Now, this is where most people get it wrong, and it's the most important part. Safety. Any combustion, candles, propane stoves, anything with a flame, produces carbon monoxide. It's silent and it's lethal. You must have a battery-powered CO detector in your safe room. This is absolutely non-negotiable. The cheapest heating hack in the world isn't worth dying for. So let's look at the real math. A 3-day outage with a generator or hotel room could cost you $300. The grandfather approach? Maybe $20 for candles, some propane for cooking, and emergency food. You're not just saving money, you're building a skill. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you can keep your family warm and safe if everything goes wrong, that's priceless. So here's what I want you to do today. Not when there's a storm warning, today. Choose your safe room. Buy a pack of tea lights and a flower pot. It's a $10 investment in real security. Because the difference between panic and calm isn't how much gear you own, it's how much knowledge you have. Your grandfather had it, now you do too.